What's up everyone? What's up everyone? What's up everyone? What's up everyone? Wow, I just got caught in a loop because guess what? Welcome back to 7 on Sunday. My name is John, you're watching ARTV, and we're talking about 7 super repetitive songs that I actually love. It's no secret at this point, at least the secret is going to be revealed in this episode. A simple, repetitive song isn't always a bad thing. Some of you may disagree with that statement, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how, yes, some pop songs, but also some rock and alternative songs can get very repetitive, but get the job done. They don't have to have an extravagant, over-the-top musical backbone to actually get things done. They're not digging their own grave by being repetitive. Sometimes they're just pushing a different narrative forward. I'd love to know what you guys think of this list, so let me know in the comments section down below. Do you find these songs to be too repetitive for your own personal enjoyment or taste? Or maybe if you're just hearing them for the first time, did you enjoy them if you check them out? Please drop a like on this episode while you're here. We're gonna get right into it. Subscribe, ring the bell. Here we go, number 7.
Loose like an animal, fired out like a cannonball, but I waited too long.
Tonne Skeleton is a cut from the debut self-titled album by the rock band Royal Blood, who I just was so into. I went through a Royal Blood phase in like 2014, 2015. Not to say that I don't still have tons of love for them, I was just borderline a little bit too obsessed back then. Tonne Skeleton is a patient listen in a way because yes, it is played in a very stop-start style. You can hear the way that the bass flares up throughout. And what I've always appreciated about the way that Mike and Ben create music together as a duo is that it's just bass. There's no guitar, and on this track in particular, it's a bass being played in drop D tuning. Do you recognize that pattern? That pattern cycles throughout the entire song, so musically it is quite repetitive. It can get monotonous possibly to some listeners, but I don't see it that way. This is a song that to me winds up and builds without ever fully releasing, not that it has to. It talks about cutting loose like a cannonball in the lyrics here, and I love the way that the chorus strikes down, but I also love the kind of sustained riffs that play during the verses of the song before launching right back into it. It's a cataclysm, it's a mess, but it's also just cycling a lot of the same notes, and that's okay to me. Sweet baby Jesus, take me back to 2012. These were the days. Oh my God, Swedish House Mafia. This is a nostalgic tune that I knew would be nostalgic for me in the future. Even back then, I was working at a movie theater at the time, and my friends and I were so overwhelmed with this track. Like, we couldn't stop playing it. We would hang out after work, and this was playing in like the Waffle House parking lot like 20 times in a row. I'm not here to give you my full life story about working at a movie theater, though. Swedish House Mafia are a trio, a super trio, I suppose, and they make house music, progressive house, and this track in particular really put them on the map worldwide. I had previously been familiar with them because I was really into like electronic and dubstep music at the time, and I had discovered their track Greyhound, and then this track came out and it took over the world. John Martin sings on this, and I love that man's voice. The Swedish singer just really gets the job done here, but it's a pop song. It builds, it has a lot of the same key movements, it has a lot of the same bass drops, but it gets me every time. I'm a sucker. Don't You Worry Child is a song that does hold you. It kind of cradles you with that sound. It feels comforting. Just the descriptiveness that is used. Yes, it's vague enough to be applicable to anybody's life, but it also evokes true feelings. Unlike a lot of modern pop music, I miss this dance and club boom, especially stuff that had more heartfelt lyrics. Despite the fact that it's repetitive, it's impeccable. I still love the hell out of this song.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my.
You know what it is. Number 5, Sweet But Psycho by the British singer, the pop artist herself, Ava Max, who I really didn't know at all before this very song. Many people who watch my channel would not expect me to like a song like this. They probably think that I would crucify it because, oh my God, it's the almighty pop. Oh, it's just another taste of top 40. They're drinking the poisoned well. I don't feel that way at all. In fact, I like a pop smash, and I just feel that we don't get enough of those. Sometimes things are just too overly serious, or maybe they're overproduced. This one is definitely flashy, and it's definitely repeating itself over and over again, but I can't get enough still, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's one of those pop songs. It's like they laced it with cocaine.
People say run, don't walk away. Yeah, she's sweet but a psycho.
Ava Max clearly has a sense of humor about her because she talks about it, and yes, she's throwing jabs to maybe the guys in her life that would call her a psycho because of the way that she acts, but it's also just not taking itself all that seriously, I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't really care one way or the other. All I know is that it goes down sounding like a banger anthem, and not something that I necessarily even have to relate to. I just know that the music, it makes you want to move. In fact, this is kind of a great workout track.
I'm thinking about my doorbell, when you gonna ring it, when you gonna ring it.
You see this? This song, My Doorbell, is the song that made me regret giving up piano lessons. I've been thinking about my doorbell. Oh well, The White Stripes and a cut from Get Behind Me Satan that came out in 2005 was one of my first ever White Stripes songs, so I have it to thank for getting me more into them, for getting me into more garagey and raw styled music. It might sound like a weird entry point, but this alongside the obvious answers like Seven Nation Army, Blue Orchid, some of the bigger singles, I always felt that this one was extremely underserved. This was released as a single, but I think that most people, especially more mainstream fans that don't know all of the stuff, have forgotten about this tune. I don't think I'm going to be the first to tell you this, but the White Stripes thrived off of simplicity. They built these bare bones riffs and these bare bones piano melodies and the drums. Everything about this track might feel standard if it was separated, if you isolated it out and you'd be like, all right, that's kind of a boring drum thing, but then you add in the piano progressions, especially after that second verse. I love how peppy the piano gets. Again, it's not doing a ton, but it's doing enough to make the lyrics that are very repetitive stand out and really pop.
See my track queen, let her hit the bando. We be counting up, watch out for them bands go.
You know, part of me really wants back the few bucks I threw into a jukebox in 2015 to play this song 3 times in a row at a bar, but the other part of me, it's tapping my head and saying, damn it, John, you're a genius. Say what you will about Fetty Wap, because I've had my criticisms of his music in the past, but this song is like lyrical and also musical ecstasy to the ear. You're just drawn in, you're almost addicted in an odd way. Before you know it, you're dancing around, you're smoking doping in the kitchen with your baby. Trap Queen is built off of a very simple synth and percussion loop that when paired together sound like Dynamite. I think this is a pop smash. It's obviously one that broke out for Fetty Wap. He's known for being a rapper, but I would consider this more of a pop rap song, if anything, maybe even more pop than rap. Hey, that's not a bad thing. If you can shrug it off, if you can maybe lose a little bit of the street cred and turn in a song like this, then hell yeah, I say more power to you, because this is one of those songs that I wish for more of this to come along. And part of me is like, that should be guilty pleasure territory, but the other part of me is like, no guilty pleasures. There's no such thing. There's only things that we enjoy that other people will ridicule us for.
Lipstick like dynamite, 7 sticks of dynamite. Lipstick like dynamite.
When I hit play on 7 Sticks of Dynamite by AWOLNATION for the first time, I hated this song. I couldn't stand it. I was like, what the hell, Aaron Bruno? What is this? I'm listening to this. Who wants to dance? Who wants to slow dance? Note to self, never sing like that again, please. They hate that. Listen 1, I hate you. Listen 2, I still don't like you. Listen 3, this is kinda earwormy. I'm kinda singing along here. Listen 4 through 6 through 864. No, it hasn't been that many. Has it? It's just been total banger mode. This song has one of those weird structures that I cannot put a finger on, and it's singing the most ridiculous lyrics, lipstick like dynamite, and it's just working its way into my head. You don't forget it. and it's built off of this really minimal guitar. And then slowly it adds in extra things into the mix, and the lyrics are repeating themselves. They're just kind of stuttered out and staggered, but the song builds. It's like laying down bricks of dynamite, and then it eventually explodes.
Who wants to dance? Who wants to slow dance? To that, rack it down the hall, rack it down the hall.
What can I say, AWOL Nation? Congratulations on the successful explosion? Implosion? Whatever you did, this song is always bouncing around in my head. Every time that I think I got it out, it comes up on shuffle, and I'm not even mad about it.
Don't forget to pick up what you sow. Talking trash to the garbage around you.
Oddly enough, I think my number 2 pick that we just showed looks a lot like my number 1 pick, who is Beck, aka Beck Hansen, an artist that's been well respected over the years for his many eclectic styles and genres that he's been able to pull off. We've got his track E-Pro on the list today. This came out in 2005. It was my first ever Beck song, and this is actually the jumping off point that inspired me to make this list. E-Pro might not sound like it has a ton to offer the first time you play it through, especially for the casual listener, but I definitely urge you to listen again if it doesn't hit you right away, because I feel that it can leave more of an impact and more of a, oh, I kind of get it now if you actually play it through like 2 or 3 times. I think initially I locked into it because I really liked the way that the music video looked and I was attracted to that. So naturally I was like, okay, let me give the song another chance. And I did so. And now I've always pretty much listened to it without the aid of the music video, and I can hear the merits of the music despite the fact that it is just kind of looping the same chugging guitar over and over again. Despite its rather skeletal caveman-styled outline, this track actually holds some social commentary that I enjoy, and I really like the line that was thrown out as a stinger, talking trash to the garbage around you. That's always going to be one of my favorite lyrics. This song, and even this album, is actually extremely enjoyable for me. I know it's not one of Beck's best per se, but still, it's an album that definitely elicits a response out of me, and maybe if you haven't spun it in a while, then go check it out and give E-Pro at least a shot. Catch up on more episodes of 7 on Sunday by tapping this playlist card right here. That'll bring you up to speed, or if you would like to help support the channel over on Patreon, that would be greatly appreciated. It's the top link down below, or the annotation in the corner to help out with a monthly donation. Other than that, all of my socials can be found in the description. Go follow me on Instagram at ARTVJohn, and I'll see you soon for more right here on ARTV.